I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
We're on to race number 8, closing off all bets. The place accumulator, the pick 6 are the 2 exotics. If you're running, going into race number 8, hopefully Get Carter has arrived and Humdinger has arrived for the Gold Circle TV preview show, and you're styling, you're smiling. And how many horses in the last leg? Well, let's have a look at the field. This is a fillies and mares handicap 66 over 1900 meters, and usually you get a bumper quartet to close off the meeting coming into the last race. Well, that's the field on screen, Raheel. I've managed to narrow this down to 3 horses that I think the winner will come from, and I'm very confident that the winner will come from one of these 3 horses. Anything else, I'll be hugely surprised. In order of preference, I've gone 8, Chelsea Flower, 3, Heart's Ease, and 4, Evening Primrose, that I make the joker of the pack. Let's hear your thoughts. I did like Chelsea Flower last time out, and again got going too late behind Q for You. We mentioned in that preview, I think I actually worked with you that day, that she is going to enjoy the extra distance, which she did. And I'm not going to say she was unlucky, because the winner won well. Front-running tactics, ran all the way to the line, but Chelsea Flower was doing her best work at the finish.
Yes, she was, and that was a nice run from her. I think Q for You just stole the race on that occasion. Gareth Wright rode a smart race. Chelsea Flower got going a bit too late. She does drop in trip to the 1900, but I don't think that will be a concern for her. Her only win has come on the poly track, and I definitely think she's going to be right at the finish. Hopefully you will be surprised when my selection does come through to win.
I'm seated, and I got my safety belt on as well.
I do fancy a bit of the 11 horse Isla Marada. She's 3 kgs better off with the 8 horse Chelsea Flower for a narrow defeat of 0.45 lengths, and I think that she could get a lot closer on the poly track. Last time out she had the worst of draws to contend with, and she was tailed off in second last position, and she ran on strongly. She was the fastest to finish, and she made up some nice ground late on in the day. I think if she isn't so far off the action, she will be doing her best work at the finish and flying home late. She's been dropped a point after her last run when beaten by Q for You. And I just feel if all works out for Isla Marada, she doesn't have traffic problems and she runs on really strongly, I think she could offer the value in the race at around 14 to 1. She is a 6-year-old daughter of Master My Face, so she is getting older in age and could be vulnerable to the improving 3-year-olds in the race, but I just feel that she's going to be some nice value. She's had 9 tries on the poly track, and both of her career victories have come on the surface. So I'm going to go for her as my first choice in the race to beat the 8 horse Chelsea Flower. I do think that the 3 horse Heart's Ease is going to run a cracker. Well drawn in gate 3, Keegan DeMello and Dean Canamea are teaming up for some success of late. And Heart's Ease going over the 1900 meter trip once again. I think that she should be right there at the finish.
Okay. Isla Marada, a horse that I've followed on many occasions. Not that I've had enough, but I just wanted to narrow this one down. And I've gone with 3 horses. Ryle has given you a nice roughie to include in all bets, especially the exotics. This could be a very good result for you if you're running with a 14 to 1 shot at the time of recording the show. Number 11, Isle of Marada. Order of preference for you, race number 8, top 4.
I'd go 11, 8, 3, and possibly include the 4 horse Evening Primrose, who is less exposed, only had 2 starts to date. May have ran in a slightly competitive race last time out. She meets a lot easier here. Well drawn in gate 4. Anton Marcus gets aboard, and I think that she can make some nice improvements.
Okay, to wrap up race number 8, after listening into Raheel there, Isle of Marada is the value in the race at around 14 to 1. That could be a good result for you if that has to arrive in the exotics. In order of preference, Raheel, what's your top 4?
I'd go with the 11 horse to beat the 8 horse Chelsea Flower. I do think that they're both going to give you a good run for your money. Then the 3 horse Heart's Ease, well drawn as I mentioned, and I think that she should be right at the finish. And then the 4 horse Evening Primrose, She's only had 2 starts to date. She won on debut, so that's encouraging. Last time out, I think that she may have just met a stronger field, but I definitely think that she should be there at the finish. So 11, 8, 3 and 4 for me.
11, 8, 3 and 4 for Rail. I'm going 8, 3, 4 and level. So whilst we're not in the same order of finish, we definitely picked the same 4 horses. Rail in the camp of Isle of Marada, that has to arrive for your pick 6. All smiles, but I think that's at 14 to 1. Didn't take down the betting at the time of recording the show, but my choice, which is Chelsea Flower, should be trading at around 7 to 2 at the time of recording this show. So it's Chelsea Flower versus Isle of Marada. Play the swinger and catch as many exactors as you wish.
It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Interbet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.